Hey guys, it's me again. I'm gonna be recording as I build this next Mac shoulder, this more Lua. This is gonna be a bit of an interesting build. It's gonna be a fish tank with. I don't know if I want to make the fish do anything interactive. I was gonna do something where you could feed the fish, but I don't know how. I might do. I think I will probably. So our first thing here is we've got our standard touch setup, which I got from the help section. And then I've added two new variables here, y location, x location. And over here, I'm going to change these to y location and x location. So now, it's drawing we get to pick from the outside where we draw it, and it will set the locations for us. So we need to change this to got that. Now, some stuff I want to check out here. Let's see. Because in the so I want to do the rectangle, of course, and then I also want to additionally do some circles on it to make it look like a fish. That's a bit of a challenge, but the point of it is I'm drawing one fish with this one block. I want everything to be variable to the outside, so I can control each fish using the logic. Then I'll customize each fish to be different colors and different shapes and stuff, sizes. My basic fish is what I'm going to have the most of. So the height of our rectangle is 20. So Historical's radius needs to be 10. So that's not the first thing we do. The first thing we do is x location minus, actually no, this one is just x location. Then y location plus 10. Then the radius is 10. That is our draw circle for the first one. Then we do screen draw circle speed x location plus t. Also, I want to make this. You know what? Yeah, this needs to be 10. 10. And then radius needs to be 5. So I want the fish to be looking right, not chunky, you know. Alright. So this one is the x location plus 20. And then the y location of the fish plus 5. This needs to be plus 5. The radius is 5, and we close it. So that's we're not done yet, of course. We still need copy and paste this up. And we need our triangle for our tail. So we need a little line. It's going to make our eye. Of course, we're doing it on both sides of the if else statement. So it's there whether or not the fish has been poked. But I'm going to do a few changes to it on each side so the fish does a little bit different. What I might do is whenever you touch a fish, it'll scurry away really fast. I think that's what I'll do. Alright, so we need this tail now. So we will triangle and alright, our X1 is going to be on the left side of the fish, the back of the fish, left side of the screen of the fish. And we're starting at the end of that thing. So we have a diameter of 5, a radius of 5. So our starting X location, we probably want it to be a little bit sunken into the circle. So it'll be X location minus about 4. And the Y location will be Y location plus 5. And now we got to draw the tail shape. It shouldn't be too hard. Pretty much, you need to do the actual X location will be X location minus 10, and then just Y location, and then X location minus 10, then Y location plus 10. That draws our tail. Alright, so now we are outputting whether or not the fish has been touched, and we're inputting where the fish is supposed to be in the touch screen info. It's pretty simple. So let's go ahead and set this up. So we got touch screen. I'm also going to do an additional posit right number over this. So we do the pass-throughs like that. And then we start channel on 5. Channel count being 2. So yeah, so 5 is X and 6 is Y. And we'll set this stagnant just for now, dead middle. Just want to see what the fish looks like because we're not done with them. So we'll mass produce our fish and make them move in groups and things and do all sorts of things. We want to make sure once we start duplicating fish, we can't go back and make any changes. So the fish has to be perfectly the way we want it when we're done with this step. And it's not near that yet. Certain so I can recognize it. Okay. Alright, let's go grab our rig. So, I've already got the standard set up, saved over here. Just about what we need. A few exceptions. We don't need a throttle lever. We don't need this. There we go. Our rig is set. We just need our fish tank, microcontroller. This is as simple as hooking it into the TV. It's going to be a little itty bitty thing. Because I want this to be constant on, and very steady. Just a little animation of fish, Oh, see, we didn't make it filled, and the rectangle is going the wrong direction. So that definitely needs some work. You see, it's reading the touch in the right areas. It's not drawing it in the right areas. The fish is too long. We got 3 things to fix. Most important of those is going to be the draw rectangle. So it's supposed to be 20 wide and 10 high, whereas it's currently set the wrong way around. And we need to do this the other way around. See, right now it's drawing the right F. I want to get rid of this when they're touched, and I want to have it when they're not touched. It'll have some kind of cool effect. I don't know exactly what yet, but I think it would look cool to have the fish change from solid to like skeletal. You touch it. It'd be a weird little twist on a simple fish tank. So we're getting there. This will also help us debug the fish. We can find where our shapes are and what's wrong with them. Now we're going to add a top and bottom fin. Maybe increase the size of the tail fin and shorten the fish a bit. So we'll first increase the size of that tail fin. So right now we're doing minus 10, make that 15. Right, and then we're just going to take our simple base of this screen.draw. I'm going to put it here, and we're going to make our new fin. And this will be on the bottom. So, again, notice how we're using variable for every part of this, because we don't want the fish to move. One part of the fish stays behind. So, it's all got to be variable to the location of the fish that we tell it to go to. Alright. So, this one will be starting. So, it originates from there, so it'll be x location plus go about m y location plus 2. That's our first point. Second point is going to be the same thing, except it's actually an x location plus 3 and y location plus 2. And the bit that's really important here is part of the bottom fin that sticks out. And this will be 6 and then y location plus 15, actually 16. This will, oh, we have an error. Y look, I capitalized the Y. Okay. And I also didn't duplicate like I meant to. There it is. Fix that. And then I'm going to take this and put this in the standard statement without it being filled so that you can have it both ways. It's kind of cool to see how they intersect without the fill. So we need to bring one of the dots way forward. The tail needs to be more rooted in the fish too. So let's get to that. So for the tail, it's pretty easy. See, it's right here. It's -4. We'll just do -3. And that tail will be a little bit more rooted than the rest of the fish. And then for our fin be further forward, we've got so where it's got X10 and X. So right here, this is our forward one. We'll make this 20. Let's see what that looks like. It's alright. It's actually not bad. It could be a little bit shorter though. Maybe down to 15. I guess that's about what I want. Of course, that's what it looks like without any of the fill in. I'll make sure it looks the same. So then we will add another triangle above this top fin. Then I draw a little line down the middle, and then a eyeball. Now the top fin is going to be easy because we just need to do the inverse of bottom. So again, we'll go take our base command, draw a rectangle, give ourselves some more room here. Okay, so this is X location, and we want them to be pretty similar. And this means the only difference is the Y locations. This time, rather than +10, it's just Y location, and then the X location plus 3, and then Y location. X location 6, and then Y location 16. Actually, no, it's just -6. The additional 10 is unnecessary. Then it'll pop up. It won't pop up still. We haven't added it to the if statement part of it. We only have everything else. We should be able to see it. Nothing without it. So I think it would be cool if it was a little bit different than the bottom fin. A little bit shorter on the top. Maybe even a little bit further back. Small thing to fix. So what we have here is Y location -6. We'll change that down to 4. And then when it goes with X location plus 15, we'll bring this down to 13. Making this a much more petite fin compared to the other. Yes, it's much better. I think we've got the shape now. Now I want to add the eyeballs and some color. So I want to be able to color 3 things. I want to color the fins, the body, and then maybe like every fish will have 2 colors, primary and secondary. Or maybe I'll even do like pre-painted fish, and they'll all be like, I don't know how I'll do it. I might custom paint each fish and then duplicate that breed of fish I've just made up off the top of my head. Like some of them striped, I make some of them this and that, you know. The tricky thing with striped fish is we can't really do that without just drawing a ton of lines. So I might try to avoid doing that more than one stripe. Now, of course, important thing to not forget is to take this top fin and add it to the other side so it appears both ways. We'll get rid of the F here. That though. Okay, so now for the eyeball. Now, they don't have a command to just draw a pixel, but what I recommend is you just draw a circle with a radius of 1. So, screen, draw circle. It's going to be a bit harder to place than some of the others, so we'll have to think about it real carefully. So, as usual, we start with our X location, and this will probably be past about 16. And then we'll do Y location plus about 3. And then we'll do radius of 1, close. No, we can't see it, so we've got to do and then I should go ahead and define all these. So we've got down here, when we start on the else statement, we need our default. So this is be primary color. We'll just keep it at 100, 100, 100 for now, so we don't know what kind of fish this is going to be. So we'd go and make it red. Blue, we can do blue. I like blue. So we'll make it slightly blue. And we'll do blue and red mix. So I've been thinking about blue, or red with a blue stripe. So primary will be red at like 100, 130, 50, and then 30. This needs to be like 20. That'll be our primary color for this fish. Yeah. Important I give myself all the room I need between each line code. So see, I've chopped it up like that. Now I can go in everywhere where I need this primary color. So of course I need it for the draw rectangle. So the primary, in the circle, primary, circle, primary. Triangle is a fin color. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Those three are fin colors. And so we will remove the gap between them. So you see what I'm doing here. I can actually get rid of this because it's irrelevant. And then this. So just like that. And then we need, when we get to these, it'll be a blue color. This blue color will be basically the inverse. 30, 20, 130. We'll be doing a lot of fiddling with these colors. But I'm making my best guess. So now, what we need to do is really we need to delete everything in the else statement and copy this over. Because this is the updated version, the way we want it, right? There's nothing different down here than there is up there, except for up there is more updated. So we'll just take all this code here, There. And then we just need to add the F. Okay. We got pretty close at the eyeball. The color's not too far off. It's not as dark as I want it. But the blue's close. We're going to move the eyeball further forward. Maybe darken the green in the fish a little more. It's a little bit too bright. So now we've got 20 green. I want to go maybe down to 10 green. Alright. And of course, we've got to do it in both. 10 green. 10 green. Okay, so now the eyeball. This is pretty easy. X location plus 16. Now it's going to be X location plus 20. 20. Yes, getting there. Now, yeah, it's getting closer to where I want it. So this would be one fish, and then we're gonna have different variants of fish, different fin sizes, different fin colors, body sizes, and I think I want to do some stripes maybe on the fish. I'm not sure. This will probably be good enough for the majority of the fish. Then we'll have some rare, specialer fish that kind of come by every here and there. Yeah, I gotta pick a way to make it random. It doesn't want. I don't want it to look like they're just looping. So what I can do is make waves of fish according to a counter, and they will like be settings that I set to, and the fish will come on the screen and flit around for a little while and head off. Let's see, so right now they're set to 32. Let's go ahead and save this for a minute here. Let's make just this fish move. So get rid of this. We want to let's make a full-on thing here. So this is our first fish and all. So this is X, this is Y. So the X is going to be hooked to this memory register. We're going to get an add. Setting the memory register to the current value plus 1. The reset value has to be like -40. And then, so 5 times, I gotta do some quick maths to figure out how wide this 5x3 screens are. And each block is 32 pixels. So calculator. It adds on my calculator, I swear. 32 times 5 is 60. So it's adding 1 pixel each time this loops. And it's going to be, if it's greater than, we'll do if it's greater than 200. So I want it to go all the way off the screen and start way before it again. If it's like that, then it's going to reset. Now we just have to tell the fish to do this loop of movement. That's where the constant on. Grab our constant on. This will just make a basic movement of the fish, but I'm not satisfied with just that. So in a minute, will be, this is constantly setting. It's going to run at a tick rate. This might be way too fast. Possibly we're going to have to get a blinker out because I don't want this fish to be zooming. But that looks like a healthy swim rate. And of course, you notice we haven't set the Y location. Because I want it to be a little more dynamic than just this. And I want them to go different directions and take more time getting where they're going. You know. For the moment, this is where we're at. So now we need to do the Y location. I want this fish particularly to zigzag around somewhere in like around the middle of the tank. Tell me our frequenter. We can set how often they come by how far back the reset value is. So we can set where he is in relation to the other fish. So there can be a constant like circle of fish moving in and out of the screen. In both directions, of course. That's the real trick, making it look random. And we could even do random properties like I don't actually have a random block, so that's why I have to kind of program it out the way I do. Wish I did though. Might even be a thing. I just don't know about it. So notice how we got this here. This is our basic memory register setup. So I'm going to take this up here, plop it down at the top. This is now we're doing our Y location. Now of course it's a lot different. If it's greater than what is it? If it's greater than 50, it will not reset. See, if it would just reset, and then it would it'd be no good. So if it's greater than 50, it's an OR, then a push to toggle. And this does a numerical switch box. And this numerical switch box, I know it's getting crazy. Needs two values, 1 and -1. But if you see where this is going, you'll understand. So now we're going to go down here, and where it had a constant value, 1 going in. Now it's just got a variable value up here of whatever we're switched to. And this switches according to the push and toggle, which will toggle according to whether it was greater than the max value. So if it isn't, it's going to be working its way towards it. And if it is, it's going to work its way up to there. And then if it's less than, A is less than, I'm just going to put this down here to fill the spot up. Let's say 40. It's less than 40. Okay, so if it's less than 40, then it's going to toggle it again. Now, it's a bit touchy, of course, but theoretically, this might work. Now, this is what it takes to make one fish waddle across the screen, hopefully. Now, off likelihood, there's going to be a few errors with the logic. Oh, see there? It's off the screen. So obviously he's riding too high, meaning of course the Y values are messed up. Now what's resetting? Nothing resets it, right? So if it's reset values, 40 doesn't matter. So it starts here, it starts with the default off, it's moving off, that's it. So we need to switch its values. It went up when it should have been going down. We inverted it. Now, and we should make the default we can do is we could do like you know, it'd be a lot easier. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of this greater than, and we're gonna get rid of this less than. We're gonna get a blinker, and of course this blinker is always on. And I'm gonna put it down here so that it fills up this pocket. Let's just make this look nice, neat. We're gonna have like maybe about 100 of these towers. So I want them to all be really well integrated, so they can all line up right next to each other. So the blinker here, it's on 1 second, it's off 1 second, right? Watch this. It goes to the numerical switch box and it switches whether or not it's going up or it's going down. And this is adjusting the current thing it's doing there, right? It's always setting. Now we have to set the default value. So you see we've got some extra crap here we don't need, but we actually do need that. You just don't know it yet. See, we don't need this or statement. So we'll go and replace this with an add. This is adding our memory register outputs plus the default height we want it to be at. Then this actually goes into our Y location. A little bit too violent up and down. Just getting there. He was at least on the screen this time. Very important I get these numbers exactly the same. Because over time, if the fish is slightly gliding up, it'll go off the screen. I want this to keep running forever. Imagine all the fish. Okay. So he's got some problems. And then some I think we can fix pretty easy now. We're going to make it a blinker that sets it rather than a constant on. We'll set it to blink. We find this fact we're not using. The blinker here. We'll just use this to set it. Wait a second. No, that's not good. That's a bad idea. Because then it will only set it when it's actually in the negative state or the wrong state. So, and we've got the constant on. Let's go blinker. This blinker will set it individually, and the other one. See, again, the fish cannot drift, no matter what. And so, if we're currently setting every 0.4, this must set at an odd number, like every 0.1. There he is again. He's coming around. Obviously, this is not like a beautiful purple fish tank. It's pretty cool for the world stormers. Get a few dozen of these with different colors, have them zigzagging all over, put a background in. We'll have a good tank. I'm going to conclude this video here for the sake of my insanity. I'm going to go take a break for a little bit. Thanks for watching, and hopefully my channel doesn't get hacked by